In the bustling city of London, England, two sisters whose contrasting personalities often led to tension and conflict. Grace, the older sister, was meticulous and studious, while Sophia was free-spirited and adventurous. Their differences frequently led to intense misunderstandings and heated bickering, causing a deep rift in their relationship. Grace, meticulously organizing her books. Sophia, you have to be more responsible. You can't just leave your stuff lying around everywhere. Sophia, rolling her eyes. Relax, Grace. Not everything needs to be in perfect order all the time. Learn to live a little. Their parents, Maria and John, loved their daughters deeply, but often found themselves caught in the crossfire of the sisters' arguments. They struggled to maintain peace and harmony at home, finding it challenging to balance understanding and discipline. The constant tension in the household was taking its toll on the entire family. John, sighing. Maria, we need to do something. This can't go on. Maria, nodding. I know, John. Maybe a change of scenery would help. Let's take them to the cabin by the lake for the summer. In a desperate attempt to mend their family's fractured bond, Maria and John decided to spend the season at their old family cabin by the lake. They hoped that a change of scenery might help heal the wounds. Grace and Sophia were less than thrilled but had little choice but to go along with the plan. Grace, crossing her arms, I don't see how this will solve anything. Sophia, groaning, great, more time stuck together. At the cabin, the first few days were tense. Grace wanted to stick to her schedule, reading and studying, while Sophia yearned to explore the woods and swim in the lake. The clash of their interests led to more arguments, leaving their parents frustrated and worried. One stormy afternoon, an argument between the sisters reached a boiling point. Sophia had borrowed Grace's cherished book without asking and accidentally dropped it in the lake. Grace, furiously, Sophia, how could you? That book was important to me. Sophia, defensively, I didn't mean to. It was an accident. Enraged, Grace screamed at Sophia, accusing her of being careless and disrespectful. Sophia fired back, calling Grace boring and rigid. The fight escalated, and in a moment of anger, Sophia ran off into the woods, ignoring the threatening storm clouds overhead. Grace, yelling, You never think about anyone but yourself. Sophia, tears in her eyes, And you never let me be myself. Panic set in as the storm worsened. Maria and John searched frantically for Sophia, calling out her name through the howling wind and torrential rain. Grace, stricken with guilt and fear, realized the gravity of their feud. She grabbed a flashlight and a raincoat, determined to find her sister. Hours later, drenched and exhausted, Grace found Sophia huddled under a tree, shivering and scared. Grace, softly, Sophia, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled. Please come back to the cabin. Sophia, crying, I'm sorry too, Grace. I didn't mean to ruin your book. Without a word, Grace wrapped her coat around Sophia and guided her back to the cabin. That night, as the storm raged outside, they sat by the fireplace, warming up and reflecting on their actions. Grace, sighing, I know I can be too strict sometimes. I just want what's best for you. Sophia, sniffing, and I need to understand that you're trying to help, not just control me. They hugged, tears streaming down their faces as they realized how much they needed each other. Their parents, relieved and grateful, decided to encourage this newfound bond. They planned a family hike, an activity that combined Grace's love for structured plans and Sophia's passion for the outdoors. John, smiling, how about a family hike tomorrow? It could be fun. Maria, enthusiastically, we can explore the trails and have a picnic. Grace, hesitantly, okay, I guess I can try it. Sophia, grinning, sounds like an adventure. During the hike, the family encountered a treacherous trail. They had to work together to navigate it, relying on each other's strengths and supporting one another through the difficult parts. Grace's careful planning and Sophia's adventurous spirit complemented each other perfectly. As the weeks went by, Grace and Sophia started spending more time together. They cooked meals, went on canoe rides, and shared secrets by the campfire. Their bond grew stronger, and they learned to appreciate their differences. They even taught their parents a thing or two about patience and understanding. One evening, as they sat by the campfire, a pack of wolves howled in the distance. The family huddled closer, feeling the raw power of nature around them. At that moment, they realized how fragile life was and how important it was to cherish their time together. Maria, holding John's hand. This summer has changed us all. We've learned so much about each other. John, nodding, and about ourselves. By the end of the summer, the family had built a stronger bond, united in love and understanding. Grace and Sophia returned home as best friends, and their parents had learned valuable lessons in patience and unity. The summer at the cabin became a cherished memory, a turning point that brought their family closer together. Grace, smiling at Sophia. I'm glad we came here. It was tough but worth it. Sophia, grinning. Me too, Grace. Me too. From that point on, whenever challenges arose, they remembered the lessons they learned that summer. The importance of empathy, the power of collaboration, and the unbreakable strength of family unity.